Yo, hey everybody, got a good day. Previous days it's been pretty crappy weather, raining and thunder and all that here in Seattle, but yeah, I think today is going to be a good day to go for a quick ride. So a few days ago I changed my oil, changed my primary fluid, and then also the transmission fluid. You know, pretty easy job. And so, you know, did that. Went nice and easy. But I noticed my second gear is really stiff after a cold startup. So I used the Formula Plus Harley. Here it is right here, actually. A Formula Plus. I used that. And I used the regular Harley oil, 20W50, so I didn't go Sin 3 on this one. I just used this, which is, I believe, what the Road Glide started out with from the factory, as well as the Formula Plus. Now, the only difference I really made is for the transmission, I used this. I used the Bellray Hypoid gear oil, which I've heard really good things about online and just doing some research. Now, some people are just like, don't get cute with your fluids, you know, by using all kinds of different brands and that make all kinds of different claims. And I tried not to do that. Again, I stuck with Harley for the primary and my regular oil, and then just the only thing I changed really was the Bellray Hypoid gear oil for the transmission fluid. And I checked my levels. My oil might have been a little low, so I put this on the chalk, added a little oil, and then again I made sure that my primary had enough. And it's funny, when I tested it out, it seemed to work great, but then when I started my bike yesterday and rode, I noticed second gear was really stiff. So I'm going to go take it for a test ride and see how it's feeling. The one thing is second gear, the stiffness goes away after a couple shifts and riding for 2 minutes, literally. It's just like, oh, okay, normal. And I can definitely tell with that Hypoid gear oil I'm using in the transmission, the shifting is a lot quieter, which I like, and that's why I actually chose it, because a lot of people say they put this in and your shifting will be quieter. So we'll see. We'll just take a ride. And the great thing is this ride's going to be a nice ride. I'm going to, what we're going to do is go to Issaquah, Washington, which is an eastern suburb of Seattle. You know, kind of with Redmond and Bellevue and Issaquah. Those are kind of known as the quote-unquote east side suburbs of Seattle. Bellevue really technically isn't a quote-unquote suburb. I guess it's its own city, but I think it's locally viewed as a suburb. So yeah, we'll take it out for a spin. We're gonna go on a nice little highway. I think it's Highway 900 from Renton, Washington to Issaquah, which is a really pretty road. A lot of trees on each side. It's a windy road, which is nice. So yeah, I think it'll be just kind of a nice ride video. And I think when I ride back, I might hit the freeway and kind of let her loose a little bit. So let's just start her up. Nice and loud as usual. I hope my mic placement's okay. I'm actually riding in a new helmet, and I'll do a helmet review. I have a Scholl Neotech 2, so yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. I love the helmet, it's amazing. I did a video on my HJC, and let's see how it feels. Second right here. Yeah, well, little, yeah. You know, I wonder if it's a placebo effect. Hit second on this, obviously. Yeah, a little stiff. Third, normal. Fourth, easy. Yeah, you don't hear the clutch gear shifting. Down, up at least. Down, you're still gonna hear it a little bit. leaving Seattle city limits. I also did some tweaks to my helmet setup for my GoPro, and I'm hoping this works out. I've tried everything. It hasn't been the Hero Black 8. It hasn't. I love it. It's a great camera, but I don't know. I think GoPro needs to work a little bit on their mount. I did a couple things. Hopefully the GoPro doesn't go flying off while I'm riding. We'll see. But this Shoal helmet, as I was saying, the Shoal Neotech 2, it's a helmet I've had my eyes on for a while. It's definitely the most expensive helmet I have. I think even more so than my Schubert C3 Pro. And right now they have the C4 Pro, I think, already out. But I think I'll do a helmet review on it. It's a beautiful helmet. I am in love with it. It's funny, I did the HAC helmet review. I said, this is my favorite helmet. I'm only wearing this. The full face Marvel Wolverine helmet I have. And then I got this helmet and I tried it on. Oh my God, this helmet, it's the best helmet I've ever had. I'm only gonna wear this one. So maybe newness is factoring into my love for motorcycle gear, but I honestly really like this helmet. It looks good. It's modular. It's light and all that. So look for that video sometime. But now it's just a leisurely ride to Issaquah and back. But I'm glad I'm, you know, trying to do as much service on my bike as I can now that the warranty's expired. So, you know, changing the oil and primary and transmission lubricants. I mean, everybody should be able to do that. There's really no reason not to do those type of things yourself. I'm a little disturbed that just changing the main fluids in your bike has already resulted in some mechanical issue, i.e. the stiff second gear. I'm like, okay, if I can't even get this right, I might be hopeless. Also hope everybody's being safe in these crazy times we live on. God, riots, COVID, what's next? Aliens? Tried to get some takeout yesterday from this place. They closed up shop because they're worried about being looted. Oh gosh, what's the world coming to? Yeah, so I did second there. That was pretty normal. You know, maybe I just need to just let the fluids kind of just do their thing for a few weeks and get back. I mean, I just hope I don't need like a clutch adjustment. Again, I would not understand why I would need to do that, considering all I did was change the fluids. And hey, there are definitely some gearheads on YouTube, so if you have any ideas, let me know. But this trip that I'm taking to Issaquah, it's actually one I do if I just want to do a quick ride and kind of clear my head, you know, maybe 50 minutes each, you know, round trip. You know, just jump on the bike, ride this kind of pretty road, you know, think about life and all that kind of stuff, and then head back home. I have a lot of those type of routes, kind of those in the 45 minutes to hour and a half ride time, where, you know, if it's a nice day and I have some time, maybe I want to mix up my work day and, you know, get some riding in to kind of clear the head and think about some issues. This ride that we're doing qualifies as one of those type of rides. Yeah, second gear is really normal and smooth right now. I'm kind of OCD regarding my bike, so if there's like any type of little weird click or something, I'm kind of freaking out about it. This area is called the Renton Highlands area because it's on a hill. If you notice, we went up a pretty steep hill from Lower Renton. This area it's kind of suburbia, strip mall city and all that kind of stuff. But I do come up here. There's some good places to eat up here actually that aren't chains. So I'll visit at this area every once in a while for food usually. Bike shifts really smooth, loving it. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Jeez, that guy stopped fast. It says new driver on the back of that car. I should have. It's funny, I saw that and I said, oh great, new driver, let's see how that goes. And she slammed on her brakes up there. That mini SUV to the right, new driver. I mean, a lot of times you'll get those stickers and it's like mom or dad riding it or something, but anytime I see one of those, I'm like, okay, note to self. Might not be checking their 6 as often as they have, or other things. Oh, she's on her phone, of course. Ah, jeez. Alrighty, now we're getting into the prettier version of this road. The prettier part of this road coming up. I put my nav on, or not, on my map. One thing I'm hoping now that I'm riding so much is I get much more better about navigation. I'm typically horrible at it. And I've lived here all my life and I'm still like, where am I? Where do I need to go? I actually did bring the heated jacket because this area actually gets a little cooler. I love these roads where they have the trees that are kind of overhanging. Just so pretty. Nice rolling hills. You can kind of see the hills. I think there's a farm to the left and the right. It's like Norman Rockwell around here. A Norman Rockwell painting. This is Washington, you know, this is kind of what to expect from the roads here, at least the western side of the state. You know, the eastern side of the state is more arid, hotter, and You're not going to get this type of greenery, but a different type of beauty. It's beautiful over there too, on the east side. I really want to video a trip down Highway 2 through the North Cascades. That's a beautiful road. It's north of Seattle, about an hour north. Goes west to east. I'll definitely be going there this summer. More rural area out here, like you see the signs for, you know, people on their horses, watch out for deer, stuff like that. Actually had done this video, or recorded some video of this short trip before, but my sound didn't work. I think I either used a wrong mic adapter or accidentally unplugged it and didn't realize it. It was good footage too, but had to scrap it. So this is kind of a makeup video. And as for the gears, the kind of stiff second gear, I mean, it's not there anymore for sure. It's perfect. Well, today it's going to be going over the twisties slowly, but I'm fine with that. I don't need to be ripping it every time I go out. Not that I even do that much, frankly. Watch for motorcycles. I like those signs. Though, when you see those signs, sometimes you're like, okay, wait, did something happen here? And now they have to put the sign up. But no, it makes sense. You actually see that a lot in Seattle or Washington, you know, sort of like on Highway 2, for example, I was talking about. There'll definitely be signs, watch for motorcycles, because it's just one of those roads that a lot of bikers want to go on, and this is one of those. Just nice, though, when you're riding on this road and you just look forward and up a little, and you can kind of see the large hills and or Mount Rainier, and you know, in the background, just kind of, I just love pretty scenery. And these people who live here, they're fortunate. I mean, I wouldn't live out here just because of work. A little too far. Granted, I work from home a lot, but still. When I see trucks like that, I'm like, ooh, I wonder if that truck is in the video game SnowRunner. I've been playing this video game called SnowRunner, where it's basically a simulation game where you're a trucker trying to get stuff out of hard to reach places, you know, recovering vehicles, things like that. My type of game. And they have those type of trucks right there, you know, with you know, super winches or cranes on them, things like that. And so, and it's very technical. It's a very difficult game. It's not like arcadey where you just kind of tear it up. It's very realistic physics. So now when I see trucks like that, I'm like looking at them like, wonder if that has all-wheel drive, or you know, what type of tires on there. How good are those tires in the mud? Not all video games are like Fortnite, which I don't play. one thing is, to the right of us is actually a popular sort of, what is it, paragliding, or when you're falling with just a parachute, I guess, and you're kind of moving around. I don't even know what that's called, but maybe we'll see some of them. But they hike up to the mountains. Oh, actually, you can't. You might not be able to see it on the GoPro, but there's definitely some folks up there coming down on their parachutes. So they hike up that mountain, which is, I believe, about well, not a mountain, let's say, just a large hill. But it takes about an hour to hike up there, and they go to the top, jump off, and parachute down. And there's 2 parachutists up there right now. There's actually a little parking lot area up here where people will go and just watch them do that. A lot of like Europeans, German accents, things like that. So I assume it's popular in Europe, and when they're here, this must be some destination spot for these paragliders. Yeah, right up here to the right is the parking lot. I've stopped over here, had a beer, and kind of watched them, so you can see them undoing their parachutes and things. So kind of a cool area. Even though once I came here and they didn't have an ambulance, and I was like, oop, hope it didn't go bad for whoever was flying down. Oh, there's one up there too. You can see I don't know if you'll be able to see it, lifting up my head. You always got to be careful with the GoPro blogging and moving your head, because we all know your bike goes where your head is turned. So I try to be cognizant of that and not let this moto blogging be a distraction. Me being Mr. Safety, at least trying to be. But yeah, Issaquah. We're probably in Issaquah now, or we're getting close. It's an upper middle class neighborhood area of the state. A lot of Microsofties live in Issaquah. Oh, look at that little MG here. I'm not a real big suburbia guy. I'm kind of all or nothing. City slicker, which I'm currently doing, and then I live in Metro Seattle zip code, in the city, all that kind of stuff. Or just pure rural, where you're just out, you know, whether that's a small town or just really out there. Suburbs never really have done it for me. Not that I'm judging anybody who likes the suburbs, it's just not my style. More traffic on the road. We've gotten past stage 1, I think, maybe stage 2, in the get back to work stuff for COVID. Though I was curious how people have been staying home because of the looting and the protests and stuff like that. It seems pretty normal, actually. Now we're heading close to downtown Issaquah. Issaquah used to be actually kind of rural. You know, it's like, oh, you live in the sticks. You say you live in Issaquah. Now you say you live in Issaquah, and they're like, oh, you must work at Microsoft. Oh, look at that Shell station. Old school. Bike desperately needs to be cleaned. City has some character though. The light, the street lamps are kind of cool, old school. Alrighty, so we're going to be hitting the freeway soon. I think I-90, one of the main freeways that those who commute from the east side to Seattle take, going back towards Seattle, so traffic shouldn't be too bad. I get in the carpool lane in Washington. Motorcyclists can use the carpool lane without consequence, which is good. Yeah, I-90. I'm not gonna go over the I-90 bridge. I don't know, maybe I will. I actually, before the I-90 bridge, which goes over Lake Washington, I usually hit 405 south to head to where I live, but I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I'll continue to go and we'll go over the I-90 bridge, which is a pretty nice bridge. It's right on the water and you just see the lake, really pretty. Sometimes though, when it's really windy, they actually have to close down that bridge. They're actually building another bridge, which will be the third major bridge over Lake Washington. Actually, it might even be open now. I don't even know. I might need to read the local newspaper a little bit more. I'm always like, what's going on? Have they built the Space Needle yet? I would never ride I-90 Seattle to Bellevue or vice versa during rush hour time. No way. It's usually a complete shit show. But in these crazy times, where not as many cagers on the road, it's not an issue. Watch, I say that, we get on there, it's going to be bumper to bumper. Let's hope not. Yeah, let's let the road glide breathe. He's like, I'm tired of going 35, 40. Use that stage 3. Feels good. Oh, what a nice day. Some road work up here. Keep eyes open for the I'm doing on the right lane for construction workers and all that. In Washington, fines are double in roadwork areas, so not the time to be speeding. I'm such a Washington fanboy. Even our freeways are pretty when you look at the surrounding scenery. I just love green. This road is in good condition. It looks like they just paved the carpool, which is nice. My heated jacket today. I mean, granted, it's not super cold, and I have the settings on my jacket pretty low, but I feel nice and perfect temperature-wise. So I'm just gonna take 405 home today.